And we're live. Hey everybody, all you lovely gremlins of the internet. Welcome to my live stream. Okay, the goal here is one, to let y'all know I'm still alive, so yes, I'm still alive. Also, I'm trying to raise more funds to help me stay afloat while my benefits are still in limbo. Hello, some random geek. So how are y'all doing tonight? Myself, I'm just hanging in there as best I can. I finally decided today to do what I should have done in the first place and call my caseworker's manager. Well, not his manager, his supervisor. I left a message on his phone. It turns out he has a supervisor, so I had to leave a message on her machine as well. The chain of command bureaucracy is forgive me, but it's a bitch and a half. Hi, Jordan. So, yeah, I've had a hell of a time, really. I've been really hard on myself because, I feel like maybe I'm having all these problems with my cash assistance because I've done something wrong, or I didn't, or I should. I figured out too late I shouldn't have told them that I was getting help from other people because, yeah, it wasn't enough. I realize that now. It's just, I feel really frustrated because I do need these benefits to help me keep the lights on, keep Archie fed and healthy, to keep myself healthy, and I don't even know if I'm going to get food stamps, which is, yeah, that's kind of a nightmare in itself. I do this right before Christmas. Well, this whole drama started in late October. Um, but still, it doesn't feel like there's any resolution. I feel like my caseworker and everyone above him is just ignoring me. So I'm kind of frustrated, honestly. Right now, my therapist urged me to practice self-compassion, like not to be so hard on myself, but it's hard, because I feel like I know this is silly, but I feel as if what am I trying to say? Christ. I feel like I need to blame someone for everything that's going on, and so I just automatically think maybe it's my fault. Maybe I deserve this because I'm just a bad, shitty person or something. And I know that's not true. And I know none of this is my fault. I've done everything I can, and I'm still doing everything I can. I get frustrated. I'm sorry. I know y'all probably don't want to watch me feel sorry for myself for however long I can to stream. So, yeah, I love this sweater. I've had this sweater for years, and it's so warm. It's got little Jack Skellington faces on it. And he a doll. There he is, Bone Daddy. Uh, yeah, it helps to get out of the house. Definitely, it helps to get out of the apartment and just, uh, even if I don't have money, I can still find things to do. I just like going around downtown and stuff like that. Sometimes even into some random geek says it's way too easy to live with stuff like that for my Catholic upbringing. You know what? It's funny. My dad is Catholic, but I wasn't raised Catholic. He didn't become a Catholic until I was till I was either an adult or basically an adult, 17, 20-ish. It's just growing up, I felt like I felt like everything was my fault. And I'm not even sure why that is really. It's just don't know why that is. Guess it's easy to blame myself than just to recognize that yeah, things are shitty. And things are shitty and it's like systemic issues and it's like all this bureaucracy and government interference and all this and the fact that the government would rather spend money bombing countries that most Americans can't find on a map and like basically fund apartheid that they don't really care about helping average people in America who are just trying to survive. And that's it. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to do anything but just live. Just live and get healthier and but it seems like that's impossible. I don't there I go again. Holy shit. Just feeling sorry for myself. I I was introduced to this collage making, like photo collage making website, which I will link below whenever this turned into a video, into a VOD or what have you. Um, and just earlier this week, just to cheer myself up, I made a photo collage out of every picture I have of Archimedes, my cat. Um, and I captioned it "Do it for him." Yeah, that's what it's all about. Just do it for Archie. He's on the opposite side of my room. He's laying on what was an electric blanket, but it's dead now. But it's still very soft, so he likes to sit on it. And maybe at some point he'll join us. He's a good boy. Uh, so so what else have I been up to? I wanted to experiment with baking and cooking a lot, but it's just like I'm low on different supplies. Like I'm low on vegan butter. I'm low on like also there's the roaches. I'm trying to get rid of the roaches. Slowly but surely, yeah, I am getting rid of them. Archie's blank. He just uses it when he he just lets others use it when he's not sitting on it. Yep, pretty much. It's the same thing as my Jack Skellington blanket that I keep in the living room. Like that's his blanket. Like he's just like uh, I don't I don't care that Grandma got this for you, Mom. It's my blanket now. He's That's my boy. He's over there. He's over there cleaning himself off. Oh. Jordan says I was having a lot of anxiety and trouble sleeping and walked to a park with my niece to be with nature and felt very good seeing all the animals and plant life. Yeah, nature is very healing. Uh, even with the changing seasons, like I used to really hate winter, but like I'm trying to appreciate things about it more. Like yeah, it's I think of it as as like nature taking a rest, slowing down, which is something that I have learned to do. It wasn't easy, but I did learn to slow down and it's okay not to just keep pushing yourself. Uh, yeah, I think a lot of people would like winter more if like we weren't forced to work during winter, like go out and work these jobs. Because yeah, I feel like a lot of people would like winter more if people were able to just be like the earth and just rest for a while. Like, because I used to be the type to like grind and push myself and okay, so this is gonna sound a little weird. Uh, I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with the Disney movie The Princess and the Frog. Yeah, first Disney princess, first Black Disney princess is what it's known for. I will admit I don't like that movie. There are things about it I really like. Like I love the main character. Her relationship with the prince is cute. The animation's pretty. The music is nice. I love the villain. My now ex, got me a Funko Pop of the villain from that movie, and yeah, it's really cute. So I kept it even after our breakup. But yeah, one of the lessons the princess, well, the main character, she marries the she's a princess by marriage, but I won't talk too much about it. The main character Tiana, she's a black woman in the 1920s who's trying to work really hard to achieve her father's dream of opening up a restaurant. Um, but the lesson she's like the lesson she's supposed to learn, which people like her mom and her friends tell her throughout the movie, is don't push yourself so hard. Like it's good to have a dream, but you got to slow down. You got to also enjoy life. You got to not just push and push and push at this. And yeah, I actually quite like that lesson because it's one I could have used when I believe Tiana's 19 in that movie. Like when I was that around that age, I wish I had people telling me that instead of just like people saying yeah, I didn't have parents who would tell me to slow down. I'd have parents say go between this job and school and this and that and the third. And I know they weren't coming from a bad place. It's just like doing that was really like it really affected me mentally. Like uh, yeah, it really like just a lot of the things I was told, like especially when I was like college age and even a little older than normal college age, quote unquote, was like this job is a means to an end. Commuting from school to work to home to X, Y, and Z, that's all it means to an end. And I'm just like, it's destroying me. That's what I had to realize at some point. It was destroying me, like mentally, physically. My last retail job was at Joann Fabrics, and that's when I started dealing with like chronic pain in my back, in my legs, especially my ankles. There were a couple times I thought I twisted my right ankle on the job, but it wasn't twisted, it was just like I was dealing with joint pain. And like I felt like I was never allowed to take that seriously, and I was never allowed to slow down, and I was never true story. I did ask for like when I was cashiering at Joann's. I asked the manager if I could have a chair to sit down in because I was in pain, and they said no. They you know it's 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 exhausting. It's exhausting, and I wish I hadn't wasted so much of my time there. I basically spent my entire 20s working at that hellish job. At some point, I may do a whole story time about my time at Joann's. But yeah, I don't really want to talk about that too much. I'm more talking about like what I learned, like what I've learned in hindsight is like a 36-year-old who can look on 20 somethings with some distance. Like I should have been allowed to slow down. I was like, uh, yeah, I had that car accident where I sustained a traumatic brain injury in 2007. So when I was 20, and I should have been allowed to slow down. I shouldn't have just taken like I should have been allowed to slow down and just like rest and recover, but like I feel like I felt like I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to like say, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do X, Y, and Z. I need to rest. I felt like that wasn't allowed. I felt like and look, yeah, I know my family and stuff pushed me out of caring, out of wanting me to be happy, to have a happy life, but like I was miserable. I was miserable and I'm still oh, this is a good point. Also, Big Daddy and the Princess and the Frog. You're telling me the very rich white guy is not a racist? That's a good point. I mean, his daughter was best friends with Tiana, so I guessed maybe not, but I don't. Disney's not going to really seriously address racism in any of their movies. I mean, they in Princess and the Frog they hinted at it with certain elements, but like they'll never outright say anything about it. They made Pocahontas, for God's sake. That alone just tells me like they're never gonna they'll never talk about racism seriously because that affects their bottom line. And I think there are a lot of legitimate criticisms about Disney, and that's one of them. Also, the fact they never let any of their they never let their black leads like stay human the whole time. That's why I didn't see Soul. I hear Soul is good, but I don't care. Like, Lord, I cannot tell you how much I don't care because you didn't keep the main character as a human the entire time. Are black people just not photogenic? Do we not take a pretty picture? Yes, Pocahontas. Yeah, Pocahontas. I never even really liked it all that much as a kid. I thought it was boring. I mean, the animation is nice and a lot of the music's good. True story. I do actually have Vanessa Williams' version of Colors of the Wind in my playlist, my Amazon playlist. But like, yeah, the fact that they would even make that movie is just like, what the hell? Why? Why would you do this? It's and people say, well, they couldn't talk about colonialism really because it's a kids movie. I'm just like, so why even make the movie at all? Just don't make a movie about colonialism. Make a movie about something else. Hell, there are indigenous tribes throughout America all have interesting folklore. You could make a movie about one of those stories, but no. It wasn't. Oh yes, Jordan's her real name or age. She would have been 10 at the time. Yes, that's also a problem. Like, people ask me what my least favorite Disney movie is, and I say yes, it's Pocahontas. Someone on Twitter asked like between Pocahontas and Chicken Little, which is worse. I said Chicken Little might be like really unpleasant and just hard to look at, but at least it didn't like take a story of a real life stolen sister and like romanticize it and basically both sides colonialism. Just like, those colonists coming to tear up the land, they have a point too. It's not Team Edward and Team Jacob. Even in that case, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of rambling. But that's why I have these live streams, just to shoot the shit with my audience and talk about my cat and how he's adorable and I love him. I'm just really tired and I'm just trying to get my finances in order. That's another reason I had this live stream, just to like talk about my why I need to raise money, and like it's like my family understands why I don't get them like presents for Christmas because I can't, and especially since like yeah, my benefits are in limbo now. It's just I still like that's another thing with self-compassion. I still like blame myself. I still wonder if like I could have done something different, if maybe I don't know. It seems like a slap in the face because it's like I need extra help like with bills and stuff because the benefits I was getting weren't like enough, and now they're punishing me for it by taking them away entirely. Like, just feels like such a kick to the face. And look, I know it's not my fault or anything, and I'm doing all I can. It's just I'm sorry. I'm feeling sorry for myself again. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna change positions. That's what she said. Ah! Hold on a sec. There we go. I feel stressed out because like I want to make other videos about other things things that I'm interested in, but I'm just not in the mood because like every day I find like a different pair of leggings with holes in it, and I don't know. It's hard to even do things when you don't have a lot of money. Excuse me. I mean, it's excuse me. It's one thing like this time of year when it starts to get a little cooler, and like I do want to stay in the house more and like light candles and bake and watch. Sometimes I'll even watch those cheesy Hallmark movies just because they remind me of being at home. My mother, those are her trash. The Hallmark Christmas movies. So yeah, like they remind me of being at home. Yeah, I still call my mom every week. I come and visit them sometimes on weekends. Sometimes if like my parents aren't home, I'll just go and bug my brothers. Oh shoot, I didn't schedule a ride to go there tomorrow. I wanted to go visit my brothers tomorrow, and I might still. Excuse me. I know what I could do. I can get there on the bus and just take an Uber from the metro station. I mean, I only live like half an hour away from them, so like I can still get there on the bus. It's just kind of tiring. I'm sorry. I had caffeine before this. I had a whole bunch of diet Pepsi. I go to Panera. I'm on their sip club, so I get a free drink of my choice every day. It can be a soda, it can be a lemonade, it can be a tea, or it can be a coffee. I usually get diet Pepsi. Ugh. It turns out some Paneras like downtown, like in DC, they don't actually have like fountain drink stations for soda. I guess to avoid theft. Doesn't seem like a big deal to me, but they do have like I don't remember if when I went to in DuPont Circle I had one for like coffee at a self serve station for coffee, but yeah, I've only been there once, and I was like, I came down all the way down here, and there's no fountain drink station. Fuck this. Uh, Oops, sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna yawn. I really wish something would change. I really wish. Sometimes it feels like I need a miracle. The miracle may have to come in the form of a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. I'm not picky. I I kid, of course. It's just life is too short to feel like this. I want to be able to enjoy it. I'm just always stressed about money. It's not. People shouldn't have to live like this, you know? Ugh. There's more people watching. Y'all are really quiet. Very, very quiet. Ugh. So, I wanted to talk about a video I really want to make. Maybe it'll come out in February for Black History Month, but I really want to make a movie about the Harlem Renaissance and and how, in addition to being very black, it was very, very gay. I want to talk. It might be a longer video because I do want to talk about the different parts of it, like uh, literary, musical, um, theatrical. I mean, I'm sure there's like theater stuff going on. Then dance, perhaps. Uh, yes. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Yeah, maybe I want to highlight like some important figures. Some important figures in there like Langston Hughes. Who else? Crap. Um, Lorraine Hansberry Lorraine Hansberry part of the Harlem Renaissance? I don't remember. I'm. You see, it's gonna probably take 2 months worth of research. Having brain farts. Sorry. Um. Yeah, I just I feel like I don't make enough YouTube content, or even like on Medium. I don't make a lot of Medium content, and I really want to. I'm just always so stressed about money. It's it's no way to live. uh, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about something. Thinking about my mom thinks that I should try to get a job again. Because I haven't tried that already and didn't find that it was just not something I could do. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to cry or anything. It gets frustrating when like you have all these struggles like when you're disabled and nobody really believes you because you used to be X, Y, and Z. Like things change. And like how do they think I feel? I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to get a PhD eventually so I could have a career and gender neutral honorific that people actually respect. But like it just didn't work out that way, and nobody could ever feel worse about that than I do. I'm just trying to have a good life despite that. But it's like it feels like everybody just makes it so hard. Like whether it's people thinking I don't really need help, or like people thinking that I give up too easily, or people who just wish I was normal again, or and all this shit. I wish. I mean, hmm, it just. I really wish I felt like someone had my back. I mean, it's not true that no one does, because I do have friends who have similar struggles to me. Um, and yeah, geek. It does suck that people want me to be normal. Like, yeah, I wanted to be normal too. Like, I wanted to have a career, but like, it didn't work that way. It's not working that way. So like, I have to, as like, because life is. It feels like every point in my life, like when something hasn't gone right, I've had to look for the next right thing to do. That's why I decided to quit Joanne's back in 2017, because like it came to a point where like this job is going to kill me, or I'm going to leave. So I left. I lied to my parents, told them I got fired. Like I and I refuse to feel guilty about that anymore. I felt like I was put into a position where like I had to choose between myself and this job that would have replaced me had I keeled over and died the next day. So I chose myself for once. I think that's what my therapist was getting at when she said I have to practice more self-compassion. Like shit. Like once in a while I have to choose myself. Hmm. Yeah, choosing. Hmm. It's not like I never was able to choose myself, but I always felt like I had to put everyone else first, otherwise I was a bad, selfish jerk. We call that the curse of the eldest daughter. See, that's another thing. Eldest daughters need to start a union. It's I mean, there's a whole like internet subculture of people who grow up as eldest daughters talking about like the struggles of it, like carrying emotional labor for the parents, and also like essentially being an unofficial third parent to their siblings. Yeah, and I'm not just talking about me and my family. I'm talking about my mom too, because like her only sister is 11 years her junior, and like she basically was treated as her third parent. Ugh. That, by the way, is why I have cousins who are young enough to be my kids because my mom is 11 years older than my aunt, and my mom had kids pretty young. My aunt had kids in her late 30s when she finished law school and had been practicing for a while. So yeah, I have two cousins young enough to be my daughters. Yeah, I see them at Christmas and I saw them at Thanksgiving, and yeah, they're a little older now. Like the older one is 13 and it's going through her teenage angst. We've all been there. And the youngest, she and I actually, we had fun at Thanksgiving. I let her play this game that I accidentally downloaded on my Kindle. You know how like if you have a Kindle tablet, you'll know you might you play games on it. Sometimes they'll show you like ads and like for games that are kind of lengthy, and then if you hit the wrong thing it'll accidentally download it onto your tablet. So yeah, that's how I accidentally got this like it's like one of those, not role playing, but like one of those is it role it's not really role playing, it's like it's kind of like it was kind of like a farm game only on an island. So she was playing that and she had fun with that. I did delete that game because I didn't want it. I downloaded it because I fat fingered my tablet. Yeah, but the Thanksgiving was nice. I do like spending time with my family. Like even though we don't always we see eye to eye on everything, it's nice. I am upset that none of my parents didn't try the yams that I made. My aunt tried them and said they were good. I just made like um glazed yams that were I veganized them with just icing to add vegan butter instead of cow's butter. They came out pretty good. I put my foot in those. They were so good. I might make them again for Christmas. But yeah, you know what I really need for Christmas is a bed frame. That's another thing. Like I'm trying to like I rely a lot on the kindness of strangers nowadays. So I do share like my fundraisers, but also my Amazon wish lists. I have two different wish lists that I share. I share my one for wants and needs. They're just like you buy them once, and then I have another for like recurring like household needs, whether it's groceries, whether it's like things like toilet paper and paper towels, which I found I need to replace the most frequently. Like dish soap, other cleaning supplies. I should add I should add cat food. I have a separate list for things for Archie. Uh, I have the most spoiled cat in the land. Well, he's as spoiled as I can afford to spoil him. But yeah, I actually I got him. I was at Target the other day and I saw this cute little. There was a lot of like Christmas little costumes for cats and dogs. I got him this. There was this little like it was like a little red Christmas bow like you see on a gift, and it was like it's a collar attachment. Like you take the collar off, you slip that on, and then you put it back on. So I got Archie one of those. He looks so cute. If If I can get a picture of him with it on, I'm gonna turn that into the new thumbnail for this stream. He is my child, and I will do what I can for him. Do it for him, as my collage says. He's the goodest boy. I envy him. Cats don't have to worry about things like money. Cats, they just vibe. Like, I have this little dude who just lives in my house and vibes. And also yells at at the strays at night. Which I'm seeing a lot more, like, stray cats on my patio during the daytime. I suspect it's because they know a cat lives here and they think it might be a good place to get warm. I have to be like, go away, kitties. This is not a motel. Bye. Ooh, excuse me. I do suspect that it is a colony that's, like, managed. Like, I have seen a lady come by and feed them. And there are some, like, TNR, like, rescue cat groups. I adopted Archie from one called Beltsville Community Cats. Yeah, his name was Lucas when I adopted him. And I'm just like, no, you are Archimedes the Great. He was not quite a year old when I adopted him. He was born in August 2020, and I adopted. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Jordan. Say hi back to her for me, okay? Yeah, he was born in August 2020, and I adopted him in May 2021 after I'd been living in this place for almost a month. So he was a kitten when I adopted him, but he wasn't like a kitten. He was almost a year old, and a year old in cat time is like teenage. So I joked about having a rebellious teenage son. He's 3 now, so he's like in his 20s. He's a good boy. I'm gonna make dinner soon. I'm having lasagna for dinner. I decided to make that. Spoil myself. I deserve to feel good. I don't deserve to constantly worry about everything. I deserve to eat good food and feel good about myself. At the end of the day, Archie and we're all we've got. Life is too short to be miserable. Sorry. Sitting on my computer. What else can I say? Oh yes, Geek. The lasagna I make is really good. I found this really delicious recipe for like a vegan ricotta made with tofu. Basically you mash up the tofu, you add garlic powder, you add miso, you add nutritional yeast, you add lemon juice, and just the right amount. It makes it taste just like ricotta cheese. Ooh, excuse me. I just wish I had some garlic bread to eat with it, but it's alright. I should probably eat a vegetable with it anyway. So, yeah. I might just end it here. I'm just kind of tired. I need to think of what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and yeah. Here's hoping that I get my benefits back, because so far I haven't raised any money with this goddamn live stream. It's alright, though. I just enjoy, like, doing these little life updates with you guys. So, yeah, definitely give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye, y'all.